The New Orleans Saints fall to the Seattle Seahawks by a score of 44-13. This brings the New Orleans Saints 2025 record to 0-3. And who that nation and sports fans, it was ugly. One of the most embarrassing losses in recent history. The New Orleans Saints, in my opinion, never got off the bus. The New Orleans Saints traveled to the Pacific Northwest on Thursday to get acclimated to the area. They decided to take in the sights and even take a boat ride. I have no problem with that. But when you get boat raced by the Seattle Seahawks, you have no choice but to question every decision that the New Orleans Saints made leading up to the game. They came out unprepared, and the special teams looked worse than they have ever did in over a decade, allowing a blocked punt, a punt return for a touchdown, and a 60-yard return. You combine all that, you have short fields for the Seattle Seahawks to operate. Sam Darnold only threw the ball 18 times, but had a nearly perfect passer rating. You have a lot of issues on the defensive side of the football as well as the offensive side of the football. And look, Kellen Moore is a new coach. He's in his first year, and everybody kind of understands that he was going into a tough situation. You have limited talent right now on the Saints roster, and you also have salary cap issues. I can understand if the team just loses because they don't have enough talent. But it's another thing when the team is undisciplined. The Saints allow 11 penalties in this game. 11. And when you have an undisciplined football team, you have no choice but to look at the coach, because those are the things that you can control. And Spencer Rattler, although he is not the reason why the Saints are losing football games, when you're down by those many points, 21, it's hard for a young quarterback to be able to facilitate a comeback. Spencer Rattler isn't the type of quarterback at this stage of his career to put the team on his back and erase a 21-point deficit. And you also have to combine the fact that the New Orleans Saints wide receiver group isn't getting it done. It seems as if a team doesn't allow the New Orleans Saints to push the ball down the field, then the New Orleans Saints have no backup plan. A lot of dinking and dunking. And these aren't the type of wide receivers that can actually give you anything when it comes to the yards after the catch. The New Orleans Saints are in deep trouble. Their next game is against arguably the best team in all of football, and they only have a few days to figure it out. The Buffalo Bills are going to go into the game versus the Saints on a 10-day rest period after they played on Thursday night. And you combine the fact that they probably are going to feel like they haven't played their best game, it is going to be a recipe for disaster for the black and gold. I know one thing. The New Orleans Saints are going to have to fix these issues, and they're going to have to do it fast, because if not, this season is going to be over before it even started.